When Southern Illinois had a roadhouse. Welcome back to another episode here on Kapp Tech. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. The story that follows next is mostly true, but some names have had to be changed to protect my very guilty friends. Stories have been adjusted to be ever so slightly more family-friendly as well. Welcome to the Shattuc Road House, a 1990s gem buried in Southern Illinois, nestled right between Hoffman and Centralia. The kind of place where dreams, disasters, and questionable decisions collided over a pool table and a 44-ounce styrofoam cup filled with liquid courage. This wasn't just a bar, it was a social experiment in chaos, a petri dish of human unpredictability. It sat in a sweet spot, or maybe a cursed one, just down the street from the state prison and the local college. You'd walk in, look around, and think, this place is basically a choose-your-own-adventure book. Do I leave here with a diploma or an inmate number? The locals called it the Roadhouse, as if the name alone could explain the madness, but it couldn't. You had to experience it to believe it. Picture this. It's a Friday night. The jukebox is belting out Garth Brooks for the 7th time because someone's cousin figured out how to hack the thing. The air smells like stale beer, bad decisions, and a whiff of motor oil for reasons no one ever bothered to ask. Behind the bar, there's Stefan, the unflappable bartender/peacekeeper. This guy could mix drinks, diffuse bar fights, and explain the rules of strip drinking, all without breaking a sweat. Stefan's had a soft spot for the Clark Mafia, the self-proclaimed rulers of the Shattuc social scene. Friends of the Mafia got the Holy Grail. $5 Long Island iced tea served in 44-ounce styrofoam cups. These cups were so big you could use them to bail out a canoe. You'd see Clark Mafia regulars hoisting them like medieval goblets, declaring, to cheap booze and questionable life choices. Now this didn't sit well with the shipwrights, the rival crew from just across the invisible border. These guys thought they owned the pool table and half the dance floor. One night, one of the shipwrights stood up, slammed his beer down, and yelled, "This dartboard, shipwright territory." A Clark Mafia guy, already 3 Long Islands deep, shot back, "Oh yeah? Well, stay off our craps table or we'll confiscate your darts." It was like watching a low-budget version of West Side Story, but with fewer dance moves and more beer gut. And then, of course, there was the infamous strip drinking. Yes, you heard that right, strip drinking. It was like strip poker, but instead of losing your shirt over cards, you lost it over how much you could chug. Every Friday night, some poor first-timer would wander into the bar, take one look around, and think, is this the best or worst decision of my life? The answer, of course, depended on where you were sitting and who was doing the stripping. One guy, mid-game, stood up and shouted, "Take it all in, folks. This is what peak male performance looks like." To which someone in the back yelled, "Put it back on. Peak or not, nobody needs to see that." But it wasn't all fun and games. The Shattuc Road House had a way of forcing you to think about your life, whether you wanted to or not. One minute you'd be singing along to friends in low places, and the next, you'd step outside and see the prison lights glowing down the road. Maybe you'd think, man, I'm really just one DUI away from ending up there. Then you'd look the other direction, see the college campus, and think, or maybe I could enroll in night classes, get my life together. It was like the bar itself was perched on the edge of destiny, handing you a styrofoam cup and saying, pick a path, buddy, left for redemption, right for incarceration, but finish your drink first. Safence had seen it all. He once told a story about the time a guy walked in, declared he was taking a break from prison, ordered a beer and paid with a crisp $20. No one ever figured out where he got it. Then there was the time 2 college girls came in with textbooks, trying to study for finals while a full-blown fistfight erupted over who got to control the jukebox. And let's not forget the infamous night when someone tried to smuggle a live chicken into the bar. Why? No one knows. But the chicken ended up on the dance floor, and by the end of the night someone had named it Professor Clucksworth. The Shattuc Road House wasn't just a bar. It was an institution, a rite of passage, and a cautionary tale rolled into one. People came for the cheap drinks and stayed for the chaos, or maybe because their ride left without them. Either way, everyone walked out with a story. So, here's to the Shattuc Road House. To the Long Islands, the rivalries, the stripping, and the life lessons served up in styrofoam cups. It may be gone now, but the legend lives on in every ridiculous, hilarious, and slightly embarrassing memory. And who knows? Maybe, somewhere out there, Professor Clugsworth is still clucking along, keeping the spirit of the Roadhouse alive. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe, like, and share. Please comment if you ever went to the Shattuc Road House. But I understand if you can't provide too many details surrounding your own involvement with this particularly shady place.
Down on the border where the wild winds blow, between Hoffman and Sail Trail, there's a place to go. The Shattuc Road House where legends were made, with styrofoam cups and choices that sway. Stiff and soft, the king of the bar, pouring along Long Island's like a rock and roll star. 5 drinks in cups so wide, you could drown your sorrows or your pride. Oh, Shattuc Road House where the stories unfold, cheap drinks, wild nights, and rivals so bold. The Clark Mafia raised their cups to the sky, while the shipwrights swore they'd never let it slide. From strip drinking games to jukebox tunes, Shattuc Road House where you'd howl at the moon. On a Friday night the crowd poured in, with a wink from Stephens the chaos begins. The Clark boys claim the crap stables reign, while the shipwright sparks stay in your lane. Strip drinking started and clothes hit the floor. One guy shouted, "Who's ready for more?" Oh, Long Island's like a rock and roll star. 5 drinks in cups so wide, you could drown your sorrows or your pride. Oh, Shattuc Road House where the legends were made, with styrofoam cups and choices that sway. Strip drinking started and clothes hit the floor. One guy shouted, "Who's ready for more?" Down on the border where the wild winds blow, between Hoffman and Centralia, there's a place to go. The Shattuc Road House where legends were made, with styrofoam cups and choices that sway. Stephen softens, the king of the bar, pouring Long Island's like a rock and roll star. 5 drinks in cups so wide, you could drown your sorrows or your pride. Oh, Shattuc Road House where the stories unfold, cheap drinks, wild nights, and rivals so bold. The Clark Mafia raised their cups to the sky, while the shipwrights swore they'd never let it slide. From strip drinking games to jukebox tunes, Shattuc Road House where you howl at the moon. On Friday night the crowd poured in, with a wink from Stephens the chaos begins. Clark boys playing the craps tables ring, while the shipwrights sparks stay in your lane. Strip drinking started and clothes hit the floor.